Alright, so we're at another Techtonica live stream here. So this is another part of the MODDED series. So this is... This is gonna be huge. So if you don't know, if you haven't watched the first stream, you should go watch that. Because we did a lot there. I think we gotta get to Foundry is what it is where we'll have to go. But not exactly too sure here. I think the Mark III is there. We really can't get anything. Okay, well, we can get that. But other than that, we really cannot get anything right now. So we need to find... Wait, we're missing the Mark III bit. Wait, we're missing the Mark III completely bit. The MK3 extra Fator bit. I gotta look this up. So yeah. Yeah, we're missing the Mark III bit completely. And we definitely skipped over it somewhere. I think I was going too quick. Where could it be? I don't believe it would be here, though. There's no way it's up here. Yeah, I don't believe we'll have anything really over here. So it's in one of the... It's in one of these. So I think we found 4 at level 7 or 8. We're definitely missing the level 3 excavator bit. I don't know where to find it at. Like, where do I find this thing at? Okay, well, we could easily get hydro onto a farming type and just have the ores getting sent downwards if we have to. So, I mean, where could it be? That's the thing. This is how much this costs. 800 and 300 processor units. Oh, here they are. Here they are. Here they are. I found them. I found them. Oh my gosh. Okay. We just completely skipped over them. They were in hydro. Okay. Now let's make our level 3 excavator bits. We actually have to research it. Boom. So now we can make our level 3. But there is no way we have this right now. We have to fix all of this up to where we can start actually making excavator bits. So let's get rid of this here. All of this will go. So we'll get rid of all of this here. Everything here. You know, get rid of it all. Delete it all. Get rid of it all. You know, we can... I was gonna say we could probably start making 4, but we can't really do makes 4 yet. Oh, we made it to the... Kind of made it to the other side here. That's nice. Alright. So, we need to get platforms. Platforms need to be placed and done. So like so. So that we can make sure we have power for our assemblers. And then what we will do, we will see how much it takes to make one. Copper and iron. So copper and iron will go there for the first excavator bit. Then we need mining drills, frames, and those. And mining drills, I think, also cost... They cost a whole bunch of iron. So we'll do that over here. So that will make that. And that will make the iron frames. And then this will make our mining drills. Okay, and then after all of that, well, then we'll have this guy then make the excavator bit Mark IIs. Then we need the Mark IIs to go into the 3s, which cost assemblers, which inserters, and iron frames, which we actually have iron frames here, so we can get iron frames quite easily. But we need these guys, which cost a lot of... So I'm actually gonna send all of this in here, so it starts making that up. Send stack in here. What we'll do this, and then what is it? Do this, do this, do this, do this. Yeah, and then once it makes those, so now we have these, which actually should probably move it back a bit, because now this will make inserters that and then we'll have these, start taking them out, makes hundreds of inserters. And then inserters. And then assembler. We have iron frames. Then what else did we need? Mark IIs, which are here. So then this needs to go here to make Mark IIIs. Now we just need the cooling system, which requires coolant and mechanical components, which we can actually pop right here, actually. We have hundreds of coolant chilling on these conveyor belts that need to be taken around. Up to here. Yeah, look at that. There we go. Now that would make that. This guy, send him on a beautiful path here. There we go. There we go. Actually, hang on. I need to back this up because I need to get this guy. To there. And then we gotta get these guys into here. Like that. So now we are going 50 meters every time. So we'll get to level 9 faster. Actually, what was it that needed frames? You needed the frames. So we actually need to get the path. We'll start taking frames into there. Start making those. Two meters away.
Excavation complete. Elevation to foundry level restored. Upgrade to excavator bit mark 3 moderately recommended.
You're saying I already have all that? I don't have these, so we'll get those.
This was one of our forge centers. It was easier to centralize smelting in one place, especially since a lot of our ingots would get packed and sent to sectors above us for more advanced refinement. Fun fact, if you were somehow able to take your suit off in here when this place was going full blast, your body would have basically been like a marshmallow over a campfire.
Missing Paladin and Mirage. I gotta find them. Because we can't access the research area until we get Paladin. No, this is where the tier 3 stuff is too. I think the next area up after X-ray is like the sand level, where we'll be producing pretty much a lot of cement and stuff. So we'll be up there here shortly. And we're going. Well, I mean, we can get the ingots. We have the power. We need to get the. That stuff doesn't even matter. Well, we can break through this actually. be a big giant iron vein at the very, very tippy top. Yep. The thing is huge. It's huge. You'll get so much iron from that. If you were to like actually do some real mining and stuff. Actually, let me remove that so I know I got rid of it. But where do we need to go though? I know he can't be further up because we found him somewhere down in this area. But I don't know where I found him at is the question. I don't remember. I don't remember at all. Let's actually get her, because we can't get the freaking ores until we have the Mark IIs. So, yeah. Yeah. Iron and copper wire, we are encumbered. Need a couple of these guys. Guess we could just let that keep running. It'll make a ton of mining charges. Because we actually also need these guys as well. But what we do need, first thing we need is copper wire, of course. So we get copper wire, then we get iron ingot to make conveyor. Where the heck is the conveyor? We have plenty in storage, so we are good. And bam. And once that makes that, which is gonna last a very, very long time. So then for the next thing, we need copper components. So, hang on. We need this assembler here. So, this is going to be our official Mark II. So, all those guys. Then we got to get these guys. We can easily toss a stack in there. Those guys will get sent through. And then we need to get a couple of these guys. Actually, instead of doing that, let's just yoink them from here. Alright, I think that's good. Stack that back. And then it will then take out more of the coolant extract. And we can't go further until we get out the plant matter. So yeah, it'll be sitting on both lines. Oh, there we go. Here's our... Here's where our Mark IIs are gonna go. Well, I mean, is that... It's being crafted up. Oh. Oh, it even shows... Craft 2 monorail systems. Oopsies. Give me 2 stacks. I think we need frames. How are we doing in this? Sure. We'll do it. We'll put these guys right here. All the extras, we will be making some amazing frames. Start going here. I know we're gonna need a lot of those. Need a lot of track. So let's say I want to send why does it have an X on it? Why does it have an X? So I need a lot of copper wire. We'll just make sure that's full again. Get a lot of these guys. Oh, my game just lagged. Oh my goodness, my game just lagged there. Oh, could it be because it has no paired depot? And that's definitely why it's not working, is because it has no paired depot. So I want to kind of give this a little good testaroonie, see how this works. So then I want to do that then. And then it gets sent. Yes, it works. Okay, I get it now. I get it. But where do we have to go to find freaking Paladin? Because I know I found him way before. So he is an Excalibur. In Techtonica, the Paladin can be found in an upturned spaceship that is located after blowing up some aluminum ore in the wall. So he is here. He's just somewhere in the, and then the spaceship is accessible by following the lights that guide you and drilling through the wall once you have reached the spaceship. There's no way that there's this right now. There's no way that's... Okay, yeah. So this is... So he's definitely here. Said after blowing up this, he will be somewhere in here.
Material density exceeds mining charge parameters. Advanced mining drill required.
You can blow up the geodes, but those swirly rocks underneath are genuine Atlantum ore veins. Your mining charges won't even make a dent. You're better off mining them with a drill anyways, and it'll need to be at least a Mark II.
Is this not it?
Very acrobatic of you to find a way up here, Breaker. This navigational sphere is inactive, but your scanner was able to pull a databank entry from it.
Okay, here he is.
This is Colonel Stefan Wagner. Your suit is failing to transmit a signature. Identify yourself.
Paladin? Sir, you're alive!
In much the same way that you are, it would seem. It is a strange thing to be a witness to your own lifeless body.
I was unlucky enough to end up next to mine too. Yeah.
I'm not sure what we are now, but I know somehow that I am still myself. I am conscious. I am choosing these words. My experience of this loss is emotional.
Hey, I'm in no better shape than you are. And this Breaker has something wrong with their suit. For all we know, they could be a stack of drones in a trench coat. Either way, at least we've got a body to work with.
Precisely. For now, we must focus on goals that we can achieve. If the sensors from my command bridge were correct, our manufacturing in Sector Victor has been compromised. How far has your exhaustive reconstruction progressed?
Exhaustive reconstruction? Sir, it's the entire sector.
My apologies, Sergeant. I did not realize you had more pressing commitments.
We're rebuilding, sir, but mostly to focus on recovering signals for search and rescue. We can't reach command, we don't have orders, and for all we know, every sector could be exactly like this one. gone.
Sergeant, your unit could go for months without direction from the surface. That's what deep reconnaissance is about. That's why we chose you to lead it. The resources we came here to harvest, refine, and bring home to Earth are still needed. There is no hardship we can face that does not pale in comparison to the strife that will be
I
visited
think I
upon
wasted
humanity
a little
if
too
we
much
fail.
time here just trying to
Until we
find.
learn otherwise, our mission to industrialize this world remains. And rest assured that we will rescue everyone we can to help us accomplish it. But we will accomplish it.
I understand. Either way, sir, we're going to give it everything we've got.
Good. Now let us find our friends.
Senior officer detected. Research assignment not detected. Access denied.
We do not have time for these distractions. System, receive authorization Zeta 17.
Senior command authorization acknowledged. Override of facility restriction now in effect. Access denied. Voice authorization required. Report to senior personnel.
This dish must have been for some kind of experimental communication technology. As you can see, it's currently being pointed at a few hundred miles of rock, which makes absolutely no
Here's
sense.
the level 2
I know there was
smelter.
some weird science to how the production terminals communicated with each other across sectors. And I remember it being
This.
one of those things that seemed to go on
This.
constantly. The backup system was a ton of buried wire. We like the backup system.
Excavation complete. Elevation to barracks level restored. Upgrade to excavator bit Mark III severely recommended.
So you weren't really supposed to be in here either, sir? I'm up for building some half-finished prototypes if you are.
Focus your attention on the mining drill. Reckless interference in classified research projects is likely to be responsible for our situation in the first place.
All right.
Warning. Classified materials detected.
Stop! Thieves! What are you doing in our laboratory?
Ma'am, we're sorry for the intrusion. This is Technical Sergeant Amanda Sparks.
Ah oui, technique. Avec quoi? Une pied de biche?
Miss Laurent, I will remind you of our oath to uphold a common language.
Colonel, I did not realize you were there. Your dedication to expeditionary principles is always a pleasure. Are you and a sergeant having fun running around playing army? I apologize if my automated message accused you of mutiny. I'm certain you would never take part in something so, controversial.
Apology accepted. What is your status, Major?
It's quite intriguing. An unknown incident seems to have provoked the planetary core to release a large wave of energy across all of Calyx. This wave has had a particular effect on certain indigenous materials that I have been attempting to understand ever since we arrived. If these materials can be harnessed, I believe we can achieve our production goals with a fraction of the effort we had planned for, and secure the future of humanity for millennia.
Ma'am, I think the Colonel was asking for a report on your status. Are you okay? Are you alone? And I know this question may come across as unusual, but are you a cube?
Am I a cube?
Yes, ma'am.
No, Sergeant. I am not a cube, and I am very busy. Please get out of my laboratory and stop setting off alarms so I can concentrate on saving the world. Feel free to dig up, smelt, and merry-go-round all the garbage your heart desires in the meantime.
Major, industrial construction is what we came to Calyx to do, and this is not the first time you have made exaggerations about the potential of your work. I am ordering you to contact command and inform them that we require immediate assistance. Your research into this energy wave can wait.
Oh, how unfortunate. This radio is malfunctioning. Oh, bonne chance.
Connection terminated.
Sergeant, yourself and the Groundbreaker are to disregard Mirage. She is likely by herself at a remote research outpost far from here and has no grasp on the gravity of what has transpired.
Really, what I think it is now we have
Understood,
to.
sir. We'll keep building. No idea if the scientific
Now we have to get the.
scenery or experiments. They weren't secretive, but they didn't exactly go out of their way to tell people what they were doing either. Personally, I'd toss them into a
So
fresh
I
air
wanted to
with
go ahead and build
the plants, not the scientists.
So we need to go ahead and start working
I
on
didn't-
getting cement. So which was what? Limestone to that, to that, to that.
Facility access door unavailable. Refer to display panel for self-repair requirements.
So it needs to be
I
done,
wonder
all
if this
done
alloy
in
is the material Mirage was
Victor.
talking about.
Actually, I forgot to
The
grab
stuff that
one
was
thing.
somehow
Forgot
affected
to
by
grab
the energy
more
wave.
of the platforms.
Possibly, but we have neither the equipment nor the expertise to do anything but speculate.
And it looks like someone wiped every terminal in here. Probably her.
Also speculative, but very likely.
Calyx. Still hard to believe we're somewhere in the middle of this thing.
It was unlike anything mankind had ever experienced. A rogue planet, drifting through the cosmos, origin unknown.
I remember now. We had probes out across the system, figuring out how to bring home critical resources from Neptune, Venus, wherever we could get them.
Yes, on Earth we had used up everything. We needed a miracle, and Calyx was that miracle. Dead on the surface, but filled with unimaginable wealth, and passing through our outer heliosphere for a few decades at most.
If those probes hadn't been out there, Calyx would have flown right past us. It's an awful lot of luck for a species that doesn't particularly deserve it.
And yet it was precisely what inspired our species to come together in a way that many did not believe possible.
And here we are. You'll need relay circuits to build those Mark II machines, Breaker. And I think upgrading PT X-ray is the only way to make that possible.
Your mining drills are unacceptable. Why are you not utilizing the Mark II?
We never had the parts down here to fix them when they broke, sir. And Atlantum was extremely good at breaking them.
Extremely disappointing. The entire purpose of our science team was to adapt our technologies for such purposes.
I know they
Oh
were
my God.
working on some kind of Mark II Part 2, but it also sounded like they were making the whole thing up. Probably turned out to be more difficult than they thought.
We shall see for ourselves.
Local signal deciphered. Ingress RD3215. Report to production terminal Victor for triangulation.
Yeah, I'll do that here in a second. You need to calm down. And we are still overloaded like freaking crap. And then we'll get the aluminum ingot. And then we'll get the power floors. Or not the power floors, but the...
Signal triangulated. New location added to HUD. Heavy interference.
So I know it will take iron to get some of this. So we'll need to get some iron. So this is kind of like the same thing. We need to... I think, was it threshers? That was the... No, it was smelters. That's what it was. Smelters into quick lime. And then we then take the quick lime and then the quick lime and what goes into a thresher then to then make cement, was it? No. Was it a assembler? I think it was. I think it might have been an assembler. Yes, it is an assembler. There we go. So now we have our cement. We have our cement production now, which is good. Now it's just... we just need steel ores. Or the steel ingots, I should say. Cemented tiles, is that in here? No. I don't think we'll be able to get that yet. So we need to head to the iron side and then was it more smelters? Yeah, it was. There was more smelters that make them into steel then. We're definitely missing the tier 3s, the extra tier 3s that you get. Now we'll just grab our cement. So now we actually have steel at the works, which is good. Now we'll just take these guys, and we'll go ahead and upgrade X-ray. I feel like it could have been done. Well, I don't think it could have been done up here because there is no limestone deposit up here. So, I mean, if there was a limestone deposit, then I think it might have, we could have got it done a lot quicker. Now, I don't know what these depots are for. Right here. Like, they're just chilling here. So I don't know what they're for.
I hope your assembly line for explosives is on Point Breaker, because you now have access to blast drills. Blast drills use mining charges instead of fuel, and instead of producing ore when you point them at a vein, they produce chunks. Chunks will open you up to producing raw blocks of calcite concrete, which you'll need to keep making new and interesting things for your base. And they'll do even more in the future, so start getting your blast drill situation in order.
Task inbound. Metal powders. Required for production of steel slabs.
Reinforced iron frame. I was down here. Okay. I was confused a second. Like, where is it at? Okay, well, now we know. Let's say so we actually have some processor units here that we can make them from, but it also needs mining drills as well, which also need iron, which we actually should have a lot of already inside here. So it'll take, we probably need actually a couple stacks. And then so which means that's that. So extra processor units will be thrown into here. Mining drill. Which requires iron frames. And also requires the, so we'll get iron frames, get those running. And then gonna get these running too. Boom, boom. And then we'll get a then reinforced ones. Last drill. So then iron chunk. What do we do now with it? I don't know what to do with it now. We would need we would actually need a mining charge thing for that. Okay, so yeah. Well, we get gravel out of it is really the only use for them, I would say. Since we only get gravel, there's not really a use for it for us yet. We do need the Mark IIs. I know we have some cooling systems down here too. Right here, so let's go ahead and get some Mark IIs made up then. A couple of those. A couple of these iron frames here. Just a whole bunch of these iron frames. Alright, let's get that stack back in there. Where was the processor units are here. Our things here. So we'll need to build it here.
You've got a good group of assemblers humming now, Breaker, but you'll need a lot more to keep up with where our tech is heading. Keep building.
What the heck is the Mark II? Actually, well, now we need to get the whole system going now. So where we can get our ingots. I wish there was a faster way of getting there, which I think is by the monorail system though. So we might actually build accumulator stations and get a monorail system going so we can go flying, because I would love to go flying. So now we need to come in here, right where this light is. We actually need to should probably clear this out so I can actually see exactly where this is, because I really cannot see where this is. So just get a nice, good, cleared out area here. It's all nicely good and cleared out too, because we have all the ores directly right here. As far as we can get there. Yes, this is where also our other generators are going to be going. But we also have to make sure that it gets connected to. Make sure it gets connected in the right way. Like that, so and that would be connected. And then we'll be producing 30,000 power now. we just need to do, we need to then get some threshers and stuff set up. We'll get the mining drills set up. The Mark IIs, because they don't take fuel, they actually take electricity. So get our mining drills, find our young lads. The mining drills. Now, if I remember correctly, like that, because then all of that will then make quicklime.
Inbound. Smelting Atlantum ingot.
Or
Supply threshers with Atlantum ore to produce Atlantum powder.
Quicklime, whatever
Combine
it is.
Atlantum powder with Kindilvine extract and Shiverthorn extract to produce Atlantum mixture. Smelt Atlantum mixture into Atlantum ingot.
We need to... This process is so freaking long, though. It is insane. So there's those guys. So yeah, now we just need to get the planters set up. We actually need more assemblers. Wait, why am I making more planters? I already have them. Good thing I already have these guys already set to ready to go. Gonna get some of these, some of these, some more of these, some more of these, some more of these, some more of these, more of these, a ton of these, actually. Because I don't want to.
Excavation complete. Elevation to freight level restored.
Then what we gotta do is we gotta get it all thrust down once more. So that means we gotta get to taking out this. And that means we gotta be taking out the seeds out from the back. And that means seed.
Your stuff has places to go and machines to meet, Breaker. Keep building those conveyor belts.
And then continues again. And now we do the same thing over here. We build planter. Okay, I do have some. And then we get the said thresher here. Then we get said thresher to here. Because we need to. Really, we only need like 5. We don't even need that many. And then we gotta get the freaking filter inserter for these seedlings. Then we gotta get this guy. For these guys. They grow. Then they get deleted. Then we need these guys. How do we run out of containers? We really do not need the plant matter. Get rid of all the plant matter. But what we do need though is to actually have, I think, multiple assemblers set up here. What we have here. guess we can also upgrade X-ray to, because we also have the blast drills as well, already prepared and ready to go. I remember I offloaded all the blast drills. I threw them all in a in a crate down here. I got rid of them all. Where are they? Here they are. Maybe we don't need to carry that many. Okay, so we're gonna head to Victor. Wait, no. Ah, I forgot. Go back, go back, go back. I gotta grab this. No, we don't need to grab that. It was, where was it? No, yeah, it was on Victor, actually. I think we were making them on Victor. I think we were making the level 2s up here on Victor. Well, we have the cement being made up here too. So, what's in here? Lots of plant matter and stuff. So they should all be loaded into there. Which was 750. It's gonna cost us. We have everything. My gosh. Oh my gosh, it's still going
Terminal
up.
upgraded. New technologies and recommended
It's
tasks
still going
available.
up. Okay, so after we get that, we get the... I think we do
You can
have
build
to...
an upgraded crank generator now. Remember when you used to have to spin those on your own? Memories.
We need to get a advanced circuit.
With an improved electrical grid and more machines that can make use of it, you're officially out of excuses to not start scaling up this place as much as you can.
it's time. Because since we need those, we need to bring them out of here. Because I'm definitely not gonna reset up anything new. We gotta get these fellow little ingots. Up on out of here. It's already filled up. So we need to take them to Victor. Let's take them to Victor. And now everything should then be set. Yeah, so we're at the level 12 is the final spot. Oh no, now I got all of this. I got all of this to scan up. No. Probably be better to do it on this side because this is closer. So what it technically then would be doing, we would be then taking out these ingots. Oh, here they all come. It's so funny. Why is it so freaking funny? So we have our frames. We need the electrical components, which we can get from here. Which we need a copper wire, and then electrical component. And then this is where we'll make the event circuit. Oh yeah, then we also have to make this as well, which costs mechanical components. need to grab a couple stacks out of these. It is running really well. I mean, some can't wait till these fill up completely. Just be scrolling through the mass amount of copper that we have. There's those. Now we just gotta make these. Make this. We gotta make this. Where the heck is it? Where the heck is it? Where 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 is it? There it is. Okay, boom, boom. Boom, boom. And then frames, everything. Advanced circuits. So we get all of that dealt with now. So these actually need to be able to make processor units. So then we take said processor units. Wherever they are. How do I do that? How do I mess that up completely? And there you go. Now this is our advanced circuits. But we'll need to make the Mark IIIs, which we need
Local
electrical
signal deciphered.
motors.
Ingress RD3217. Report to production terminal Victor for triangulation. Signal triangulated. New location added to HUD. Control descent.
Still going. Oh, we got some things at research. We need to go to level 11, so let's see what's...
Warning. Elevator self-repair disrupted. Refer to administration control console.
I can't tell if we need a new excavator bit or if all we have to do is reset a switch in that office breaker. It looks like the door is locked. Head over there and check it out. Seems like an electrical problem. If we can get enough juice into this thing, we should be able to keep heading up. I'm not detecting any more debris above us.
Yes. Hopefully we will find other, more established areas of the expedition still intact. Though I fear that this collapse has most likely spread.
Even so, we might find other people who got left behind. Nobody deserves to be alone in a place like this.
No. But until we can contact Command, our primary mission to industrialize this world remains. Sector by sector, if necessary.
Sir, with all due respect, don't you think rescuing the crew has to come first?
I do not. We are on a mission to return resources to Earth that will impact the lives of billions. It is greater than any of us. But even so, look at all we have built to come this far. These factories are what have enabled us to augment the signals, open the doors, and discover the tools that have made it possible to learn everything we could. Soon the electricity of those same machines will help us rekindle this elevator and hopefully carry us one step closer to the truth. I will not pretend to share your priorities, Sergeant, but I can assure you they are intertwined.
Fine. We'll build the factories, especially if it helps us dig people out of the tin cans they sent us down here in. But if it comes down to choosing between a life and a lost cause, I know where I stand.
Wait, we
I
can...
will tell you when all is lost.
We can get up
For
there?
now, we must remain focused on the restoration of this elevator. Also, the Excalibur was not a tin can.
We can get up there, that's cool. So... we'll kind of do the same thing here. We'll need to get... these guys... high voltage cable, more these generators, these guys water wheels. So now I kind of know what I need to do. We have to always make sure it's back far enough so it's not directly right in the way. Here's all of our accumulators we'll use. How much power does it need? $1,200, and we're almost there. Almost there. Just a little more, a little further, and bam.
Local signal deciphered. Unknown. Report to production terminal radio for
Advanced
triangulation.
circuit, those steel frames.
Power restored to EFES control room. Awaiting executive level security authorization.
We can get those.
Handing this one over to
yeah.
you, sir.
So
Do
there's
not be
our...
concerned. System receive authorization Zeta 17.
Request denied. Authorization restricted to flag officers.
That should not have occurred.
Flag officers. Wait, I remember them. Pacific did this?
Please, I need a moment to concentrate. A memory is taking form. System, receive Phoenix Protocol Omega 15.
Stand by. Confirming planet-wide eligibility. Phoenix protocol confirmed. Interbiome network detected. Fulfill production quota to access control room.
A production quota?
Yes. Yes, I remember now.
Sir, are you alright?
The quota is unbreakable, Sergeant. We must fulfill it to proceed.
Sir, that isn't the point. These elevators aren't supposed to have quotas that prevent them from moving. This is captivity. This is not what the expedition was about.
There's no need to reach conclusions prematurely. It may be that this quota was instituted to compensate for catastrophic loss of production elsewhere. Or everywhere.
If the loss was that catastrophic, our crew could be in trouble in any sector.
Oh, there's everything.
Anywhere.
There's the rest of the...
Yes. And we are standing before the only way to reach them. Groundbreaker, you will show this quota what I know you are capable of. Proceed.
Good work, Breaker. Hit the switch on that console and see if it activates the elevator again.
EFES network restored. Message from Sector Sierra. Elevator pathway is clear of hazardous obstacles. Proceed to boarding.
Excellent work, both of you. We should rest for a while before we depart. I know this reconstruction has been long and difficult.
You sound tired, sir. Are you alright?
These limitations in our memories are irritating. I know that much of what I am able to remember was highly classified, but I can no longer recall the intention behind it. Someone was desperate, abusing their power. Something is not as it was.
Sir, if you're not telling me something that could help us rescue the crew or get out of here...
I understand my duties precisely, Sergeant. Choose your next words very carefully.
You don't have to keep secrets from me, sir. That's all I'm saying.
Something's definitely wrong. What if we can glitch our way in here? I think there's like an invisible wall.
It's good to see that the self-repair routines on the elevators have kept them as intact as the production terminals.
Colonel, just tell me. Do you think we're going to find anybody else?
Yes. If nothing else, I believe Pacific is alive. Flag officer restrictions could not be maintained on these elevators if their vital signs did not remain. However, the emergency code I used to initialize the elevator, the Phoenix Protocol, was an option of last resort. It was created to function only if less than 5% of the entire expeditionary force could be detected within Calyx.
5%?
I do not know why. But there is no doubt now that very few of us remain.
So, they're gone. They're really gone. My entire crew.
And the quota is an even greater mystery. To expect such a small remainder of our forces to uphold so much production. It is as if Command had some expectations that this could happen. But why?
Warning. Mechanical integrity failing.
System! Halt elevator!
Breaker, search the panel for a manual brake lever.
Hold on. Should be. Override. Almost. Wait. Sparks. Sparks.
Sparks? What?
Quickly! Find something to hold on to!
Sparks. Save you. Integrity failure corrected. Alarm state deactivated. Returning to origin for analysis and self-repair.
Sergeant, was this is the message? Speaking to you.
I don't know. I've never heard it talk like that. Or say my name. Or say anybody's name.
We are alive because of it.
No. No, there has to be an explanation. We have to take it apart. Breaker, I want you
Sergeant, we must put this aside. We are not safe here. When the elevator stops, we will exit. We will find the answer to this together. You are not alone.
Well, that was
It
interesting.
would seem that we need a new excavator bit before the elevator can excavate further. And there is a strong possibility that the initiation of the Phoenix Protocol
What,
will
did it
have
just
other
get rid of-
consequences as well. Let us regroup at Production Terminal Victor to consider our options.
Ah, this is where they kept the good stuff. Advanced machinery and upgrades that would have come down from on high. Scan it all, Breaker. You earned it. These are pieces of the Excalibur, right? That giant tunnel borer you drove us all down here in.
Yes. Every facility and piece of equipment you see anywhere on Calyx was once a part of the Excalibur.
It always seemed unnecessarily complicated to me. Why couldn't we just dig a giant hole and throw everything in it?
The Excalibur was designed to have structural pieces removed from it as we descended, enabling us to industrialize new sectors from the moment of the discovery. Your giant hole strategy would have lacked this sophistication.
Okay, well, we are moving so slow right now, so we don't really need to scan all that because we're making way too much already. We are gonna respawn because we are moving way too slow.
I believe it is time we put our cards on the table. I told you not to come here.
The freight elevator. So, it was sabotage. It was you. Why?
Because my actual orders were not to kindly suggest that you sit tight, They were to prevent anyone from departing Sector Victor at any cost. And they came from people who do not answer to you, Colonel.
Are you out of your mind? You could have killed us!
When we made landfall on Calyx, how many years were you told we had to complete our mission? 10? 12? What if I told you that the corner-cut monstrosity that brought us here was damaged along the way, and that it was no more than 5? 5 years! And only a small group of scientists told the truth, so we could understand the urgency of our new mission. To discover or invent technologies that would make it all work out somehow anyways. And so, we struggled ever since. Even at the cost of appearing aloof, reckless, and yes, out of our minds, to the rest of you. I do not wish to harm anyone, but I have a directive, and no time for distractions.
Ma'am, if the way things look down here is any indication, I'm guessing we've all been out of action for a lot longer than 5 years. You might be doing all this for nothing.
No, the rapid decay you are witnessing is an effect of the energy wave I mentioned earlier. Even if it appears that thousands of years have gone by, it has only been several months since the activation of the cryostasis chamber that first triggered it.
Several months. So Calyx is still close enough to Earth. We could still get out of here.
Yes, though as your little Phoenix Protocol trick has shown, it seems unlikely that many of us remain in the first place. Which brings me to what I want. The Groundbreaker. By virtue of possessing the only intact human body in all of Sector Victor, I can only conclude that they must be the person who was in that cryopod. Which means they may know something about the energy wave.
The Groundbreaker is unable to communicate due to a malfunction with their suit. We have made several attempts.
Perhaps we can try harder. And if you had not somehow interrupted my attempt to immobilize them underneath a collapsing elevator, this would have been much easier. But since you did, I will honor your earlier request to contact Command and arrange for your rescue. We'll speak soon. All of us.
Connection terminated.
This rescue really doesn't feel like a rescue.
Even for Mirage, this level of disregard is beyond the pale. There's more she is not telling us.
I'm just relieved to hear we aren't a million years from home.
Local signal deciphered. Ingress PRXXXX. Report to production terminal Victor for triangulation.
A facility door with no serial number?
This may be related to the Phoenix Protocol that I initiated earlier. An entrance accessible to us now that the expedition is in a formal state of emergency.
Understood. We're on it.
Signal triangulated. New location added to HUD. No additional data. Signal triangulated. New location added to HUD. Undertow.
Down here, those wall pieces are mostly for show, but building them is a good habit to get into if you want to protect your structures from the elements. Other parts of Calyx aren't so forgiving.
La 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 la. So we just gotta keep upgrading more and more. We still don't have the Mark II assemblers. I have no idea where we're supposed to get that, but I think a lot of it is in a lot of these other not want to go to Excalibur. I want to go over here. Because I want to upgrade this. I want to see what our next upgrades are. That would be cool if you could level up your groundbreaker, like, thing. Like, you could level up, different things.
Did I mention how you need lots of explosives for those blast drills? Well, now you need even more of them for your blast smelters. Blast smelters open up a lot of possibilities, but their main job is producing metallic slabs. And you won't be able to build blast smelters until you figure out ceramics. So activating that on the tech tree should be your first priority. Hope you like dirt.
Nice. Alright, there we go. No, now we can get
Task
the
inbound.
electrical motor.
Ceramics. Smelt ceramic parts from clay. Clay is crafted or assembled from dirt, which can be crafted from raw organic materials.
Where is the electrical motor? It should be in here, right? So, well, there's these. There's those guys.
Task inbound. Optimization. Manufacture and utilize slabs to increase production efficiency of mechanisms and components.
Once you get it up and running, making those basic mechanisms out of a few slabs instead of a ton of components is going to be a game changer. And there are even more optimized schematics yet to come. You didn't think you were squishing all that metal together for nothing, did you?
we are done here. I will see you all later.